Hello everyone, it's me, the Game Dusty, and today we're doing some more Call of Duty, because what else is there on this channel? Call of Duty and Fallout 4. A lot going on today. Anyway, today we're doing the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare DLC 3. What's this thing called? I already forgot. Checking resources. It's called Absolation. Who cares? Let's get into this. I'm not even going to edit that out. That was a perfect beginning. We're on the map 4. It's the worst map in the map pack. It's a mini golf course with a whole 9 courses on it. Yeah. Where's the other 9? Who knows? Look at this. You can't even shoot the balls. Oh, that's great. Here's the map layout. It's terrible. And what else is there to say? It's too busy. There's a lot going on. You're in castles, now you're in the prehistoric times, now you're in an arcade, and who cares? It's terrible. It's ugly. Ice Cream Land is cool too. Not really. It's just a giant square that you wall run on. It's terrible. Worst map in the whole thing. It's ugly. I don't even really like it. It's not necessarily beautiful because it's too colorful and haunted forest and whatnot. And it's 4. What were you expecting? Black Ops 3 is where these weird maps come in. This is not an Infinity Ward. Wow. This is not an Infinity Ward type of map. And it suffers from that. Hey, we're in Egyptian times all of a sudden. I forgot there was that in here. Yeah, it's just terrible. There's too much going on. There's more themed areas than there are courses going through all of them. Like Haunted Forest, I don't even think there's a course in the Haunted Forest. It's terrible. It's terrible. Moving on from 4 because I don't want to spend any more time on this one. Okay, now to Permafrost. This map is 10 times better than the other one, and even then it's not the world's best map. It's okay. Here's the map. It's 2 lanes basically. Both lanes meet up in the middle. It would remind you kind of a hard hat from Modern Warfare 3. It's got the same stuff, but it's definitely not a hard hat. There's just a corner where there's a 3-floor area. You know, you got the first floor, the second floor, and then you got underground. Would kind of remind you of the parking garage. And then there's this room I'm in right now, which is the middle that all the lanes meet up on. It would remind you of a worse hard hat. And my biggest problem with this map is there's so many places you want to go, but you can't. For instance, here, that whole balcony, no doors open or anything. Why can't I get on that? I can't. That's my biggest problem with this. Even though it's a mid-sized map, there's still a lot of problems. There's also this problem where it's a game with wall running, and it teaches you nothing but screen equals wall run, except for this one apparently. Nope, that's not wall run. You know, it's better than 4, but Permafrost definitely has its problems. This one is much more like an Infinity Ward style game, though. As you can see, there's a bunch of rubble everywhere. That's what we call an Infinity War style map. Just, this area is too open. Put trash everywhere. I couldn't even get on that. It's right there. Why couldn't I get on that? I'd probably get stuck on it, or no one would ever want to use that spot. I should be able to get on that. That's my biggest problem with this map. There's a lot to it. They put so much detail into it, you think you can go places, and you can't. That's the biggest problem with Permafrost. Other than that, it's a pretty good map. I would recommend this one. It is pretty okay. I definitely have fun playing it. There's been some problems with it. It's one of those. You either have fun or you don't. It depends on the game, the people you're playing with. It's a pretty okay map when you get the right people, and now that I say that out loud, it's not really how a map's supposed to be, but when you get the right people, it's a fun map. So now we're going to move on to Bermuda. This is Bermuda. This is, in my opinion, the best map in the new map pack. It's one of those maps that you're inside, it's ugly, it's gray, it's rust everywhere. You walk outside, boom, you're on one of the islands of Bermuda. There's leaves everywhere, the beautiful green, big blue ocean. It's kind of a fake blue, but it's still awesome. You play on a giant settlement area built off of an old crashed spaceship from the campaign And here they have a whole black market of animal skin, shark fins, just all sorts of stuff like that. And it's pretty cool looking. This map, they're not afraid to show that kind of stuff. You see dead sharks everywhere. You see skins of zebras, bears. I don't really get why the bears are there. They're not really the most endangered species ever. I have one in my backyard right now that just wanders around at night. I don't really get why the bear's there. Same for some of the fish and the ducks. Those ones, yeah, you love all animals. It means you love all animals. Save all animals, that kind of stuff. I don't care what you believe in that kind of stuff. It just doesn't really make sense. It's a black market thing, and yet they also have animals that aren't illegal. Why wouldn't you just go to a normal market for that? I don't know. But there are shark fins, that kind of stuff. Dead sharks everywhere. You got lions, zebras, everything around here. And it's just kind of cool to look at. And they do things very realistically. For instance, here, all these dead sharks. What's next to it? A giant bin of fins. That's what they kill sharks for, is the fins. They sell them to China, and they put the fins in soup because for some reason they believe that sharks don't get cancer, and if you eat shark fin soup, you won't get cancer. I don't know. If you've seen District 9, how that whole group wants to eat the arms of the aliens, that's basically them with sharks. And this is real. I don't really get it. It's just one of those things. You don't think of sharks being endangered, but I think there's 4 species of sharks right now that are endangered. Great whites are one of them. You got the whale shark, that kind of stuff. All sharks are on the menu. It's not just the great white either. And alongside them, like I said, there's zebras. There's just coats and skins of pretty much all the animals you think of being on the endangered and hunted list. And it's a cool map. It's laid out. Here's the layout for it. It's just the classic Call of Duty 3-lane map. It's just got that classic feel. It's got a cool story to it. I think it's the best map out of all of them. And yeah, it's Bermuda. It's a great map, even though there's dead sharks everywhere, and they're my favorite animals. Rip Sharkies. And of course, just like the first 2 DLC reviews I did for this game, I saved the remake for last. This is Ember, remake of Modern Warfare 3's Resistance. That game where everyone grabbed the ACR and just hid in this building. That was this map. Everyone hated campers, but when Resistance came up, this map was the exception. The point of this map was to camp. And thankfully, I got in a game with a whole bunch of people who played the original game, and we camped this building. we have futuristic movement system. We got the advanced movement system. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. They brought Resistance back. What more were they? What did they think was gonna happen? We're all camping in this building. They would get it. We would get it. It's just like Modern Warfare 3, man. And I think that was the most fun I had. After this game, I got split up, host migration problem, and then everyone else just played it normally, and no one enters this building. It's just you have to find that right game. Again, you have to find the right people who've been here long enough to know this map and be like, I'm camping that center building. And I got that game. And it was just so much fun. It felt good. It felt right, being where the kitchen usually is, just hiding there, waiting where the couch is, waiting in the other room above the hole in the ground, just waiting anywhere on this map, in this building. It just felt right. And I'm happy, but at the same time, I don't really like where the design went. It's like 1800 something. It's not in Paris anymore. It's somewhere else. I don't really honestly care for it. It's okay. They turned it into an ancient thing in the future. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get the point of setting it, making it look like it's old and in the past, but at the same time putting it in a futuristic game. I just don't really like the style of it. But when you forget about that and you're playing the map, it feels good. And I think that's the most important part. XS was a great map. It was the best map on DLC 2, and that was the remake in that map pack. And I actually liked the design for that one. It was very futuristic. There was gold everywhere. I liked it. Dominion DLC 1 was terrible. I'm glad we did not get another Dominion here. This is not as good as Excess, but it's close. If it had a good design, if I liked the design it went for, I think it would be better. But at the same time, even then, that's why I said I think, because you do have to get the people who've been playing long enough to know what this building's used for. After this game, like I said, I got kicked, then I had to rejoin a different one, and we got this map again, and no one came to this building. No one. All running around the outside of the map, turned a 3-lane map into a 2-lane map. You just have to get the right people. I think that's the whole point of this DLC, is there's so many different ways to play these maps, because you could do the movement system. You could not. That's the thing. You just have to find a game that suits you, and hopefully you do. And if not, sorry, you're not going to have fun. And unfortunately, I think that's a big takeaway for DLC 3. You just have to find the right game, and that's when you have fun for this DLC. And unfortunately, that's the big takeaway. Is it a good DLC? Yes. Not as good as DLC 2, but I do think it's worth the $15, and even better if you have the Season Pass like I do. Get it for free, kind of. You save money on it, basically. You didn't really get it for free. But if you're waiting just to get the good ones, definitely get 2 and 3. Don't get the first DLC. Don't get it. Unfortunately, Dominion is not worth it. The other maps are not worth it. Neon was the best map, and even that was... That map was worse than 4. And that's the best map on that DLC pack. Get DLC 2 and 3, and that's the big takeaway today. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully soon. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. Tell me in the comments video games you want me to play, and I'll try to get that done. But yeah, for now, thank you guys for watching this DLC 3 review. Buy it. It's good. Better than DLC 1. DLC 2 slightly inches above because excess. Oh, that map remake was so good. Rip Sharkus.